Darrell Johnson is a spokesperson, is a publicist, he is a crisis manager, and he stood against all odds as soon as R. Kelly's court cases erupted. What's up, guys? My name is Dennis the Business. First things first, click subscribe. Now, following an interview over the weekend, right there with Gail King on CBS, Darrell Johnson was asked only one question: would you leave your 21-year-old daughter with a pedophile? He directly answered no. Now, hours later, after the interview, Darrell Johnson called it quits. After calling it quits, Steve Greenberg, that is the Anthony to R. Kelly, went down straight up using their law firm right here, and that is Greenberg Trial Lawyers, and said that announced that Darrell Johnson had stepped down due to personal reasons. Now, Darrell Johnson is the guy you see in the gray suit, and those are the days back then when R. Kelly just started his court cases. Now, Darrell Johnson believes R. Kelly 1000%. But hours later, after that interview, he was asked by a different media personality, would you leave R. Kelly with your daughter? He said he would leave R. Kelly with the 21-year-old daughter, that is Darrell Johnson's daughter. And he says that because R. Kelly is actually innocent. Now, first things first, who is Darrell Johnson? What are the issues Darrell Johnson has gone through since the inception of the court cases of R. Kelly? Now, I will start with the incident that happened about July 12th or July 11th this same year, 2019. Now, you all remember when the family of an Atlanta woman, the family of the Savage family, that believed that the R&B singer R. Kelly interrupted a press conference held by the singer's publicist in Midtown on Friday that time. And the publicist Darrell Johnson was talking to reporters that time about the arrest of R. Kelly on federal charges of enticing minor, all stuff to do with child pornography. Now, Kelly, who was owned multiple homes in North Fulton County, is accused of running an operation to recruit girls and women to control them, according to the indictment that time. Now, the accusations date back to January 1999. Now, just to tell you that Darrell Johnson has actually stood against all odds. He stood firmly and said R. Kelly is innocent. Now, the questions are, why would Darrell Johnson step down at about this time when R. Kelly has a court case come August 2nd in New York, where he will be actually escorted by the U.S. Marshals? Then he also has another court case from New York. He comes back to Chicago. That is about September 2nd. Now, we wonder who is going to represent R. Kelly or is going to speak for R. Kelly at about this time. Because, we need the news, that is one. The public needs to know, what is really happening. But Darrell Johnson, as a publicist, he has always called himself the crisis manager. He has always called himself a spokesperson. Today, he has stepped down, and one thing we do not know is he believed to get back? Now, in most cases, when cases are hitting rocks this time round, we see people dropping. People like lawyers, we've seen these things happen. Lawyers drop out of the case when things really, really get worse. But one thing for sure, Steve Greenberg thanks Darrell Johnson and the entire defense team for the work that he has done. And they say there's nothing wrong that has happened, obviously, that Darrell Johnson has stepped down to his personal reasons. But one thing is, why would he step down right after that interview on CBS with Gail King that time? Because when Gail King asked Darrell Johnson the question, even before Gail King completed the question, Johnson was already answering, hell no, he wouldn't leave the 21-year-old with an accused pedophile. Now, in this case, obviously, we all know R. Kelly very close to Darrell Johnson, and Darrell Johnson still says that he knows R. Kelly personally. For that, we do not know. And he says that he believes R. Kelly 1000%. And he still says that R. Kelly is innocent. One thing for sure is, why would Darrell Johnson step down? I mean, when you look at that picture, he had a lot of energy. He spoke with a lot of energy that time round when the court cases had begun. For all the press conferences that he has held, Darrell Johnson has stood firm. What could be the problem right here? Now, getting back here, standing here the 10th and the Peachtree Streets, Johnson had just started to talk about Kelly arrest while walking his dog back then on Thursday in Chicago. Then he narrated how R. Kelly was arrested. Johnson said there was nothing new. The same charges are the same charges for a decade ago. Johnson said he was interrupted by Timothy Savage, the father of the 23-year-old Jocelyn Savage. Now, I quote the words here that that Timothy Savage said. He said that, "I don't want to hear all that, bruh. Where is my daughter at? R. Kelly is in there right now in jail, and I want to know where my daughter is at. Where is she at? Answer the question." Now, the Savage family say that he has not seen the daughter since December 2016. Now, she has spoken to the media to assure everyone she is okay and healthy, but the family doesn't believe that it's true and thinks that R. Kelly has brainwashed the former Georgian college student. Now, this is what Darrell Johnson answered. He said, "I met your daughter 6 times." Johnson said, "I have seen her in and out of Trump Towers. I haven't seen anything that would say is suspicious or harmful to your daughter." Now, Johnson said there had been some sort of negotiations with the Savage family in the past, but those had broken down. He continues to say that there are grown women. I'm not in charge of them. I'm a crisis manager. I'm not a babysitter. That's what Johnson replied to the Savage family. Now, they are getting back to the charges. Johnson says that these charges are similar to those brought by Illinois prosecutors earlier this year. Federal prosecutors wrote in the indictment that R. Kelly and Lisa Enridge would allegedly find girls and women at concerts and keep in touch with them, managing much of their lives. Now, the women and the girls allegedly could not leave their room, go to the bathroom, or eat without the permission of R. Kelly. Now, prosecutors still say that the women and the girls were required to call him daddy. When the warrant with Kelly, the women and the girls were ordered to wear baggy clothes and not look at other men in the eye, according to the indictment. Now, similar allegations came to light back in 2017, July, and the one article that you do remember that claimed that R. Kelly held women against their will in the cult, that was Surviving R. Kelly. You all saw that on Lifetime TV. Timothy and Jocelyn Savage held a press conference outside their home back then, during which they said their daughter Jocelyn was beat by Kelly and part of the R. Kelly cult. Now, Jocelyn later released the video and put it right there through the media and said more cases of R. Kelly have come out forward since that original report. Now, Kelly has continued to deny all allegations this time round, and leaving that aside, Darrell Johnson has continued to defend him till today. The parents said they haven't spoken with their daughter since a 3-minute phone call in March when Jocelyn Savage called them in their attorney's office. Now, Darrell Johnson still answered on this same interview and said, "I've told you guys a million times that I'm okay." I mean, that was Jocelyn Savage, and I'm very happy. You know where I'm at, Jocelyn Savage said on the call, which the attorney posted on Twitter. Timothy Savage told reporters just last Friday that he hopes this recent arrest gives justice to his family and the others who believe the singer has manipulated their loved ones. Now, he continued to say that this is like a living death for me and my family. That's what Timothy Savage said. Now, one thing for sure is you and I are asking each other why Darrell Johnson has stepped aside. You all remember the time when the Real Johnson, when R. Kelly first had his public interview with still CBS, that is Gally King, where he broke down to tears. And just in the middle of the interview, it was still the Real Johnson who came to try and calm R. Kelly down. And that's when R. Kelly was proving to the world that he's innocent. Yeah, that time round where he broke down in tears in his gray suit, black tie, I mean, looking fresh. And oh, he still said he was innocent. He asked the people and asked the host for the interview, that is Gally King, do you believe that I'll do that stuff? Do you believe that I'll do that stuff? Now, the same question I do pose here. Why is the Real Johnson stepping down? What could be the problem? Are we seeing Steve Greenberg as the Anthony also stepping down? Is R. Kelly running broke that he cannot pay, I mean, his team or the defense team? Are we seeing the defense team filing another case against R. Kelly? Maybe through the dates and all. Could it be the money that is the problem, or could it be the question that the Real Johnson might have answered wrongly? That is from me to you, and from Black Social TV, we say subscribe. I remain Dennis the Business. Thanks for watching.